Have you ever imagined seeing the scent of death as black vapor? 2.2 million years ago, when this hunter began seeing scents as colors, he discovered people's true emotions, and this ability changed his life forever. In the vast savannas of ancient Africa, where survival depended on reading every sign nature provided, lived Kael, a hunter whose extraordinary gift would transform him from mere tracker into something far more dangerous. At 26, he was already respected among the Makari tribe for his uncanny ability to find prey when others failed. But no one suspected the supernatural transformation about to unfold. The change began on a morning when Kael was tracking wounded buffalo that had disappeared into thick grasslands. As he knelt to examine hoofprints, something unprecedented happened. He saw fear, not the behavior of a frightened animal, but fear itself, rising from the tracks like crimson vapor that twisted and danced in the morning air. Initially, he thought exhaustion was playing tricks with his vision, but as he continued the hunt, more colored vapors appeared. The buffalo's pain manifested as deep purple mist, its desperation as orange smoke, and most unsettling of all, its approaching death as thick black fog that seemed to pull light from the surrounding air. When Kael returned to camp that evening, his world had changed completely. Every person he looked at was surrounded by swirling clouds of colored emotion. His wife, Zara's love, appeared as soft pink vapor that warmed the air around her, while their young son's joy bubbled up in bright yellow streams. But it was what he saw around others that truly disturbed him. Tribal elder Motok, respected by everyone, was surrounded by dark green mist that Kael instinctively understood represented deception. The warrior Jondo, who spoke of honor and loyalty, was enveloped in gray smoke of hidden cowardice. Most shocking of all, the tribe's shaman, Temba, was shrouded in the same black vapor Kael had seen around the dying buffalo. The revelation that he could see people's true emotions through scent colors gave Kael unprecedented power, but it came with a terrible burden. During tribal meetings, he watched pink love turn to red anger, saw yellow friendship transform into brown jealousy, and witnessed white trust dissolve into black betrayal. The innocent world he had known was replaced by a harsh reality where everyone's hidden feelings were exposed. His hunting prowess became legendary. He could track not just animals, but emotions themselves. When prey felt confident, their golden vapor led him to feeding grounds. When predators felt hungry, their red mist warned him of danger. But the most valuable skill was reading humans. He could detect lies, fear, and hostile intentions long before they became actions. The crisis came when neighboring Wakari tribes sent peace ambassadors to negotiate territorial boundaries. To everyone else, they appeared friendly and diplomatic. But Kael saw the truth. Thick clouds of deception green, preparation orange, and most alarming, the black mist of planned violence. They intended to massacre the Makari during the peace talks. Faced with this terrible knowledge, Kael confronted an impossible choice. Warning his tribe would require revealing his supernatural ability, marking him as either prophet or demon, depending on how his people reacted. But remaining silent meant watching his family and friends walk unknowingly into slaughter. He chose to act. On the night before the peace ceremony, Kael approached his tribal chief, Nuru, and shared what he had seen. To his surprise, instead of disbelief or fear, Nuru showed curiosity. The wise leader had noticed Kael's changed behavior and superhuman tracking abilities. When Kael demonstrated his gift by accurately describing Nuru's hidden worries, visible to him as swirling, anxious yellow vapor, the chief became convinced. Together, they devised a plan. During the peace ceremony, Kael would position himself to observe the Wakari ambassador's emotional vapors and signal any danger. If treachery was confirmed, Nuru would be ready to protect the tribe. The ceremony proceeded with elaborate ritual and diplomatic speeches, but Kael watched a different drama unfold. The lead ambassador's emotions shifted from false calm to nervous anticipation to murderous intent, colors darkening from blue to orange to deep red as the planned attack moment approached. When Kael saw the black vapor of killing intent, began rising from all the Wakari warriors simultaneously, he gave the predetermined signal. The Makari were ready. Instead of being victims of surprise attack, they became defenders who had seen death coming before it arrived. The battle was swift and decisive. The Wakari, expecting helpless targets, found prepared warriors. Their treacherous plan became their downfall, and the Makari emerged victorious with minimal losses. Kael's supernatural ability had saved his entire tribe. In the aftermath, rather than being feared for his strange gift, Kael found himself revered as a guardian sent by ancestral spirits. His ability to see the truth behind deceptions made him invaluable for trade negotiations, choosing marriage partners, and identifying threats to tribal security. But perhaps most importantly, Kael learned to see the beauty in genuine emotions. When he watched his son play, the pure yellow joy was more beautiful than any sunset. When he saw his wife's pink love surrounding him, it felt warmer than any fire. The gift that had initially overwhelmed him with humanity's darker truths also revealed the brilliance of authentic positive emotions. Years later, Kael would teach his own children that true sight comes not from eyes alone, but from understanding what lies beneath surface appearances. His supernatural ability became the foundation for a wisdom tradition that emphasized reading people's genuine intentions rather than trusting mere words. If you want to witness more incredible supernatural abilities that revealed hidden truths in prehistoric times, subscribe to join our journey through the mysteries of ancient human evolution. Hit that like button if this story of supernatural perception amazed you as much as it amazed Kael's tribe. Tell us in the comments, would you want the ability to see people's true emotions as colors? The most shocking part of this story is yet to come in our next video, where we'll reveal what happened when other tribe members began developing similar supernatural senses. You won't believe how these abilities transformed prehistoric society. The legend of Kael the Truthseer became a cornerstone of tribal wisdom, proving that sometimes the greatest power is simply seeing reality as it truly exists, rather than as we wish it to be.